Caught my partner cheating with my best friend. I was scrambling eggs when it happened. Sunlight spilled through the kitchen window, glinting off the wedding band I still wore after 5 years. Jason had left for work an hour earlier, his half-empty coffee mug still on the counter. I hummed along to the radio, thinking about the weekend hike we'd planned, my attempt to reconnect as my therapist suggested. But then my phone buzzed. A notification lit up the screen. Natasha had tagged Jason in a photo. My thumb hovered. Natasha, my college roommate, the woman who'd stood beside me in a lilac bridesmaid dress, who'd held my hair back after my bachelorette party. Weird, I thought. She hadn't spoken to me in weeks. The photo was a blurry selfie. Natasha's cheek pressed against a man's shoulder. Her caption, "Love our little secret," posted 2 hours ago. The shoulder wore Jason's navy work shirt, the one with the coffee stain I'd scrubbed at yesterday. My stomach dropped. The red flags had been there. I just hadn't wanted to see them. Jason had started staying late at the office, blaming a crunch time project. He'd come home smelling faintly of vanilla, Natasha's signature scent. When I'd asked about it, he'd laughed. "You're imagining things, babe." Then there were the texts. 3 weeks ago, he'd left his phone charging by the bed. A message popped up, "Can't stop thinking about last night." The sender was listed as Dr. Green, his supposed new therapist. But when I jokingly asked how therapy was going, he'd shrugged, "Same old. Not helpful, honestly." And Natasha? She'd canceled our last 3 coffee dates. "Work's insane," she'd texted, adding a heart emoji. I'd sent her a care package of her favorite tea. No response. Now, standing in the kitchen, I stared at the photo. My hands trembled. I called Jason's office. His assistant picked up. He left early today, said he wasn't feeling well. I didn't remember driving to Natasha's apartment. My vision tunneled. The elevator smelled like lavender air freshener. At her door, I heard laughter. His laugh, low and warm. The one he'd used when we'd slow danced in the kitchen last month. I knocked. Silence. Then shuffling. Natasha answered, her hair tousled, wearing Jason's undershirt. The next part is a haze. Jason appeared behind her, shirtless, his face ashen. Natasha started crying. It just happened. He reached for me. Let me explain. I didn't scream. Didn't throw anything. I just stood there, cold and dizzy, memorizing the details. The wine glass on our counter, Merlot, his favorite. The faint hickey on his collarbone, the way Natasha's hand kept twitching toward his. "How long?" I whispered. He looked at the floor. 3 months. 3 months. Our anniversary was 2 months ago. He'd booked a cabin, lit candles, told me he wanted to start trying for a baby. I've been at my sister's for a week now. Jason keeps calling. Texts flood in. "I'm so sorry. It was a mistake. Let's fix this." Natasha sent one message. "I never meant to hurt you." I blocked her. My sister says I should delete his number, burn his stuff, change the locks. But I can't stop replaying it. The way he'd kissed me goodbye that morning. The smirk Natasha used to flash when I'd gush about him. Had they laughed about me? Called me naive? Last night, I broke down in the shower. Sobs echoed off the tiles. I kept picturing them tangled in her bed sheets, the same sheets I'd helped her pick out at HomeGoods. I scrubbed my skin until it burned. I don't know who to trust anymore. My therapist says betrayal trauma warps your reality. She's probably right. My fridge is full of casseroles from friends, but every bite tastes like ash. The worst part? Part of me still wants him to fight for me, to show up with flowers, to beg, to make this all a nightmare I can wake up from. But another part, the part that remembers Natasha's smug smile as she shut the door in my face, wants to never see either of them again. TLDR. Walked in on my husband and best friend mid-affair. Now I'm eating grief casseroles and questioning my entire life.